Hey class, this video here is in response to our question about describing assessment within the curriculum model that was emphasized in our readings this week, and then kind of like how we are incorporating that into our assessment. Um, so for me, it would be athletic team. We're kind of just breaking down, looking further into the model, kind of the three main things that I was reading about is students come from the lesson that we had is the students need the opportunity to engage in lifetime physical activities of sufficient intensity and duration necessary to help maximize health benefits. Students need to learn why it is important to develop and maintain adequate levels of physical activity. Students must develop the knowledge base and skills necessary to gain and execute personal activities programs throughout their lives. So I think with all of that, to me it seems like um, everything here is the students are, you're trying to, like we've been talking about this over and over again, but we're trying to get the students to understand that it's more important than just this class. It's more important than just this one time. We're trying to get them to understand, what it is they're learning here. That it's preparing them for life after this class and preparing them to live a healthy life. So I think that, there's multiple ways that I suggested, journaling and different things like that about how they were eating at home, how much activity they were doing at home, things like that. I think all those things could work. But as far as assessment, when it comes to the sport that I'm in, coaching, which is football, we have a main assessment that was our games on Saturdays. When we don't have games or before games, we have practices where we're implementing game plans. And then when it comes to Saturday, so Friday, prior to Saturday, Friday we're having a, what do you quote unquote, as a test. And this will be the way we assess them, because the test gives them, straight piece of paper, film on the board, and the players are asked to, visualize where they are supposed to be. So tell us what they're supposed to do, what their assignment is on a specific play. If the team does this, where are they supposed to be? So that is a test, that students are getting tested when they're getting assessed on. Our players are getting assessed of how they're going to handle situations, and this is kind of how we assess them and make sure that they know what they're doing prior to the game. Because ultimate test is the game. And we can review that and everything like that. But we try to make sure that they're prepared before they get there. And I think in physical education, the assessments, the models, and things like that, and kind of how it's evolving, is more than just, let's go test your mile and see how you did, and let's test your push-ups and see how many you've done to see if you've actually gained some knowledge in PE. I think it's more because some people aren't going to be good at running miles. They might try their hardest, but they still might not be the fastest person, or they might not have a great time. But are they learning the importance of running? They're learning the importance of, okay, they need to get out there and run more so they can get better. The importance of push-ups on their overall body, overall strength, and these type of things. Are they, are they learning these type? Why all this stuff's important? Why warming up? Why cooling down? And you're not always able to assess those. You can have through journals and talk and how they respond to them. That can help us kind of get a gauge on it. So I think those are important. Those are all important things to take into account when it comes to assessment. Looking forward to listening to this week's forums. Thanks.